Hey guys, Aaron Radcliffe here, and today we're doing an epic review of the Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack. In this insider guide, we're gonna take this backpack through the streets and the sights of Ho Chi Minh City so you can see the way that it looks, feels, and functions in an urban environment. And at the end of the video, I'll let you know the overall pros and cons and who I think this bag is perfect for. Let's do it. So the first thing to discuss with the Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack is the specs. Most importantly, the price and the capacity. So the price is a nice $39 US. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's high quality. If you're looking for a day pack, the price range is awesome. And it's awesome because it's actually got a pretty decent capacity. This guy is actually 19 liters, which is perfect because you gotta think about what this bag is created for. The Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack is meant for like day excursions while you're traveling. You're in a foreign country, you're seeing an amazing sight. You can't bring your big backpack with you because that's at the hostel or your Airbnb or your hotel or wherever the hell you're staying. It's got all your shit in it. Okay, you need something small. You need something light. That's exactly what this compressible backpack is for. And at 19 liters, that means that you can fit a ton of stuff in there for whatever day trips you're doing, whether it's a day trip to a cultural site, a day trip to the beach, a very light hiking day trip, a day trip to another town. Whatever day trip it is, this is your light compressible day trip bag. Up next, let's talk about the style of this pack. And when it comes to Tortuga backpacks, truth be told, I think that they're incredibly durable. I think they're incredibly functional. But when it comes to style, that's kind of their weak point. That's okay, because it's just not their MO. They make functional backpacks, not styling backpacks. But having said that, I think the style of this backpack is pretty cool, but you have to remember it's a compressible day pack, so it's not gonna maintain its shape. It's not designed to roll down the streets of Milan looking all cool and shit. It's designed to compress into itself and unfold and fit some stuff in it and be lightweight, and that's about it. So I would say out of all of the aspects of a backpack, the style points in this backpack are pretty low. Up next, let's talk about the feel of this day pack. The way that it feels is obviously incredibly important, but it's not just how it feels when you're wearing it, but how do the actual materials feel? First of all, for the exterior materials, we have a rip-stop nylon with a waterproof coating. The nylon means it's gonna be durable and it's gonna have a real nice lightness to it. And the waterproof coating obviously means it's gonna be weather resistant, but it also means it's gonna have a nice smoothness to it, like a leatheriness almost. These materials feel fantastic to play with, man. Every time your hand grazes against it, it just feels nice, it feels smooth, it feels great. And that great feeling extends past the exterior materials. These zippers are kick-ass, man. It's because they're YKK zippers. And if they're YKK, it means that they're awesome. YKK is easily the most respected zipper company in the world, and these zips are great. And then for the interior materials, are the exact same as the exterior, the same coated nylon, which means it's just as smooth and just as sleek and just as much fun to play with. But then also with the feel, it's how does it feel when you're wearing it? And it's kind of a weird one. There's no actual form to this backpack. Because it's compressible and it molds up into a nice little ball, there's no structure in place with this bag. There's no back panel. So because of that, it kind of feels flimsy. And it's especially flimsy when it's not 100% full. So as you can see, I kind of filled it up about 3/4 the way, and that gives it a little bit more of a comfortable feel, like it fits your back a bit better. But remember, this bag isn't made for ultimate comfort. This bag is made for ultimate functionality. It's light, it wraps into a ball, you can stuff it away and you can use it, and then you have a day pack. Let's head out to the next spot and then we'll chat about the front of the backpack and the middle of the pack. Okay, so up next in the Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack review, let's talk about the front of this pack. Now this is a small, simple, minimalist, compressible pack, so there's not a lot to discuss. Really, we just got a few things. We've got the logo, I love Tortuga's logoing. You just got the rubber stamp of the turtle shell. En case no hablas español, Tortuga means turtle in Spanish. It's like one of like 7 Spanish words that I know. You're welcome. I like the branding. It's nice and it's simple and it's minimal and it's not like a big ass like word or anything, and it just looks really clean. Then aside from that, we got the quick access pocket. Now the quick access pocket is exactly what you need a quick access pocket to be. A pocket for quick access. Because of these awesome and super smooth YKK zippers, entrance is no problem. And then it actually can fit a surprising amount of stuff. This is where you want to put things that you want to grab quickly. Things like your drugs, napkins, hand sanitizer, sunscreen. It's hot as balls today. So you can actually fit a decent amount of stuff in here. There's no other additional organization in this pocket. There's no like pocket within a pocket, no key leash, but the entire compressible backpack has the ability to fold into itself into a smaller, more compressed pack, and that's done via the front pocket. I'll show you how that's done next. Now, before we dive into the middle of the pack, I just want to quickly showcase to you what is so awesome about this compressible pack. And what that awesomeness is how it folds into itself to create a smaller little package. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to show you. Now, let me preface by saying it's not super easy to do, but let's start the timer here. What do you want to hear? Whatever side, one of these sides, put a timer. Let's see how long it takes me to do it. I suspect it'll take me 37 seconds. Boris, how long do you think it'll take me?
Like 39.
39, okay. Ready?
Ready, go.
You put it into that pocket. So as you can see, it's challenging, but it is also completely doable. I didn't do 37, I don't think. So this is the awesomeness of this Tortuga compressible day pack. Not only is it really small and it's really flat, but it literally can fold up into itself into its own little pouch, and you got this little guy you can take around. Super lightweight, super convenient. But now let's jump into the middle of the pack. So to show you how it folds into itself, I took everything out of the pack. And look at all this stuff. This is everything that I just had packed into this guy. And it is so much faster to unpack than it is to pack. See, that was like 0.3 seconds. So as you can see, it has a pretty impressive capacity. Now remember, this is not the type of pack that you're going to backpack the world in. It's 19 liters and it's like flimsy and small. This is your day pack. So that's why it's good for things like spare clothes, a jacket, more spare clothes, more spare clothes. Let's say you're walking around and you're in Ho Chi Minh City and it's hot as balls out and you're maybe meeting some friends later for dinner, and instead of being a sweaty little slut bag, you want to, change into something later so you can have that in your day pack, so that's good. We've got the water bottle, which on the side we'll talk about. I've got a notebook and a regular book, plus all the things in the front pocket. I mean, this thing can really hold a lot. So no matter what you need, whether it's towels, whether it's clothes, whether it's books, you can definitely put a laptop in here, even though there's no laptop compartment. No matter what though, it can store whatever you need. It's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and tear this thing apart. So on either side, we have a water bottle holder. Now normally I'm not a fan of 2 water bottle holders, but this is quite interesting. I actually quite like this because even though you're traveling with 1 water bottle, which is a little difficult to get in when this bag is not full. So boom, you got your 1 water bottle right there. You can use this one as another pocket. Because truth be told, there is a little bit of a lack of organization and a lack of pockets with this backpack. So I like to use this pocket for my phone charger and my phone. Pop it in there, and it's a really easy thing to grab. So the 2 water bottle holders is actually, for this bag, nice to have. And then aside from that, the only other thing is this actual main compartment, which you can see, it's got a nice capacity to it. It's got a really nice feel to it. It feels durable. The material kind of feels like balloony almost, like a latex, but I think it'll stand the test of time. And all this stuff was in here. Last but not least, let's talk about the back of the Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack. Right here at the top, we have a nylon top handle, which kind of sucks to use, but You have to remember, the ultimate mission of this backpack is not providing super comfortable, super padded stuff. It's providing lightness. So this handle fits that mission. So it's not really comfortable to use, but it's light and you can pack it into the bag, which is the most important thing. Up next, we've got these shoulder straps. Now, the shoulder straps are good for their ventilation. Can you see me? Really well ventilated, and they breathe really, really well, okay? It's like a nice, soft mesh. I mean, you can blow some wind right through that bitch. So for breathability, I give them 10 points. For overall comfort, it's a little bit lower of a score, like 5 or 6 maybe, because there's not a lot of depth there. There's not a lot of padding going on. Yet again, that has to happen because the main mission of this backpack is lightness, so it can pack into itself. So they couldn't have made this like a super, super, super padded shoulder strap. If that's what you're into, if you want a packable, compressible day pack that has like a really nice back panel with comfortable, pillowy straps, and stay tuned for the next section when I talk about who this pack is for and who it's not for. But yeah, with all things taken into consideration, the shoulder straps are really, really nice. Remember, you don't want to put too much stuff into this bag. Like, it can take a lot of capacity, but you don't want to make it too heavy, and that's good because the less heavy it is, the less stress on these shoulder straps, the less stress on your shoulders, the happier traveler that you are. And we all like a happy traveler. Moving a little further south, we've got the sternum strap. Now, I find it interesting they put the sternum strap on a backpack this size, especially with the whole compressibility thing. I would not have expected this to be here. But I like its inclusion, you know, like sternum straps are great and they help you kind of, you know, center your gravity a little bit and take a little bit of weight and stress off of your back. And the best part is, if you don't like it, the sternum strap is removable, so you can just go ahead and unhook it right there, and sternum strap, be gone. And last thing is that what you gotta love about Tortuga is that they are committed to fighting dangle no matter the pack. Hashtag dangle fighters. When I talk about dangle, I mean literally excess nylon just kind of dangling all over the place and just being annoying as f***. That's so annoying. But Tortuga fights it. If you look, we've got these little nylon straps right there. You can go ahead and slide those into place to make sure that there is no excess dangle going on. We got that on the sternum strap, and we got that as well as on the shoulder straps on the bottom. Look at how fresh and how clean that looks, man. Like no extra dangle. It's just nice and tight like a tiger. And to finish up this back section, let's talk about the back panel. Now, yet again, we got pros and we got cons. The pro is that it's light and there's not a lot going on except for this mesh, and this mesh is super foldable, which means it's compressible and you can fold it into itself, the whole mission of the pack. But on the con side, there's no padding here. Most backpacks in any size have at least some sort of padding to kind of take the blow of the weight of the pack. But most importantly, if there's like a layer of padding here, it also creates gaps where ventilation can flow. And cool, soft, delicious air can relieve your back of terrible, annoying back sweat. Unfortunately though, you're just not gonna get that with this pack. It's a part of the whole mission, it's a part of the whole package. Having said that though, I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable. You know, this mesh actually has a nice little thin, but a little bit of padding to it. So, you know, it's cushiony on your back, but there's no breathability, really. I mean, like the mesh breathes, but like there's no gaps for ventilation. So you can get a little sweaty a little fast with this guy. But more or less for what it is, for a $40 compressible day pack, I'm really impressed with it. Okay, we have torn this bag apart. Now time for the last part of the Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack review. Lots of words. In the next part, we're gonna talk about the overall pros and the overall cons of this backpack, plus a whole bunch more beautiful stuff. Let's just get into it. I'll see you there. Okay guys, so we're almost done with the Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack review. But before we conclude, let's talk about the pros and the cons. Overall pro number one is that it's compressible. Should go without saying, it's a unique feature and far and away the biggest selling point of this pack. It's meant to mold up into a little ball and wrap up into itself, which is great for super light travel. For the second overall pro, it's an impressive capacity. This guy is 19 liters, which in the world of compressible day packs is actually pretty big. Like you can fit a ton of stuff in there. Which is perfect because then you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting light travel because it compresses, but you're getting functional, efficient travel because you can actually, because when you actually unwrap the you can put a lot of your stuff in there for your day excursions. And then the third overall pro is the price point. At $39 US, it's actually a pretty moderately priced solution for what it is. For less than 50 bucks, you can get this, you can compress this, you can take it around the world and use it for years. It's a good price. But not everything is perfect with this backpack. Let's talk about some of the cons with the Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack. Con number one is the rumor of a lack of durability. Now, while I've had this thing for a few months, I've used it on my travels and it looks like it will stand the test of time. There have been complaints online that this thing does not last very long and that it kind of can break. I cannot speak to this personally. Like I said, look at this thing. It's in great shape. It looks fucking beautiful. But I can't ignore the reviews and I have to admit I haven't had it that long, so it's definitely something to take into consideration. Con number two is going to be an overall lack of features. Now, that's kind of unfair because at the end of the day, this is not meant to be a feature-heavy compressible day pack. But at the end of the day, it's simple, man. You got this front compartment, you got the main compartment, couple of water bottle holders, that's it. So if you're looking for a little bit more from your day pack, I don't know if this is gonna make the cut for you. And the third con is going to be the lack of any real back panel or any padding on the back panel. Now, yet again, that's kind of an unfair thing to say because it's a con, but a back panel would defeat the whole purpose of this. But you need to take it into consideration because if you like a real comfy, real cozy sort of a day pack, the lack of any padding on this guy means that it's just not gonna be a comfortable wearing experience, especially as time wears on. You're wearing it for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours on your day trip. The lack of comfort and the lack of ventilation might get to you. So we got all the pros, we got all the cons. You're probably thinking, Aaron, give us the juice. What's the overall score? 4.1 out of 5. While this pack does sometimes leave us desiring for just a little bit more, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it accomplishes everything that it needs to. Let's wrap this review up. Who is this backpack for? Is it for you? I'm about to tell you. The Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack is 100% for you, no questions asked, if you are looking for a backpack that is fully compressible. You don't want it to be semi-compressible. You want this to wrap up into a little ball so you can stuff it in your big ass backpack, and that's it. If so, I think this is the best option that I have seen yet. And if that's what you want, then buy it, just buy it. If that sounds like you, check the description and use the links below. This pack is also for you if you're looking for a super, 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 super lightweight, simple day pack. Even if you're not backpacking the world, because like I said, the whole point is like you shove this into a ball and you put it, in your backpack and you take it out when you're in Madrid and you use it for your day excursion in Madrid. But if you're just at home, you're not traveling much and you just want a simple backpack to get around and you don't want one with all the thick padding and the thick shoulder straps and all that noise and all that drag, and you just want something simple, whether it's to go to the gym or whether it's to pop some extra clothes in, then this is actually a really good solution for that. But while things are good, on the flip side, let's talk about who this backpack is not for. This backpack is not the pack for you if you're looking for a compressible day pack, but you want a compressible day pack with back padding on the back panel. Remember, this thing scrunches into a ball. That's because there's no back padding, no back panel. But there are compressible backpacks that compress like this, more like a pancake as opposed to a ball. And they compress like a pancake because on the back side, there's going to be a panel. So you can't roll it into a ball, but you can shrink it down still, and it's still compressible. If that's what you're looking for, then take a look at the description below. I've got some alternative compressible backpacks that are more comfortable. They've got better straps, better back panel. It'll help fight back pain. It'll help fight back sweat. Take a look at the links below. Also, the Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack is definitely not for you if you're looking for a badass day pack. What I mean by that is I'm not saying you're not badass. You are totally badass, dude. Like, you're so badass. But it's not badass in the way that it's like going to be like a go-to day pack that can carry a bunch of stuff and last for years on end. Its main identity is that it's compressible. And if you're looking for a day pack to go to work, to go to the gym, to go to the office, whatever it might be, this is probably not gonna be it, because it's not meant for that. It's not gonna handle all that wear and tear very well. If you're looking for a backpack, whether it's for the office, for travel, for college, or anything in between, check the links below. I got links to the best backpacks in the game. And finally, this backpack is definitely not for you if you're looking for a large travel pack. This should be obvious, it's 19 liters.
It's very small.
Too tiny for long-term travel. If you're looking for a longer-term travel pack, you've gotta go at least 30 liters, but I recommend something around the 40 to 50 liter range. If that sounds like you, then check the links below. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finished with our Tortuga Setout Packable Daypack review. If you are still here, it means you like backpack reviews and you have no choice but to click the subscribe button. Okay, technically you have a choice. All we have is choices in life. It's what defines us, is our decisions. But if you make that decision to subscribe, you won't regret it. And remember, if you do make any purchase, whether it's this pack, a sling, a travel pack, a messenger bag, anything else, please use the links in our description. We get a kickback from it, and that kickback is what keeps me hydrated on Tiger beer. Guys, we will see you next time, and adios, and goodbye, and peace. I'll be back in 15 seconds, Boris. On the highway.